Hello and welcome to News Hits. This news update is coming from Israel and UAE, where at the luxurious Armani Hotel inside the world's tallest skyscraper in Dubai, Israelis in kippas and Emiratis in long white robes and kandoras gathered on Wednesday to discuss investment opportunities. They aim to make the most of deepening ties 9 months after the two countries agreed to formalize relations. There was extremely little mention of the Palestinians or the fact that barely 2 weeks ago, Israel was involved in the bombardment of the Gaza Strip. Rather, the conversations were laser-focused on business. Several Israeli and Emirati speakers opened their remarks with both the Hebrew greeting of Shalom and the Arabic greeting of Salam. They spoke about boosting tourism, creating jobs, technology sharing, diversifying economies and tackling issues of water scarcity. Since the UAE and Israel formalized ties in September, tens of thousands of Israeli tourists have come to the UAE, mostly to Dubai or in targeted visits to the capital of Abu Dhabi. Trade between the two countries has already exceeded $354 million. The two countries have signed around 25 agreements in more than 15 sectors, said Minister of State for Foreign Trade Thani bin Ahmed Al Zayudi, the highest-level Emirati official at the event. There has been no indication the 11-day violence in Gaza, which ended with an inconclusive ceasefire on May 21, has slowed down budding Emirati-Israeli ties. The war killed 254 Palestinians in the Gaza Strip, including 67 children and 22 people from the same family, aged 6 months to 89 years. Hamas, which rules Gaza, says 80 of its fighters were killed. 13 died in Israel, including 2 children and 1 soldier. The investment forum was worlds away from the devastation. In the lavish and tightly secured Armani ballroom at the Burj Khalifa Tower, there was no visible worry or concern on the faces of eager and excited Israeli delegates and speakers, many of whom expressed their astonishment at how rapidly ties have flourished with the United Arab Emirates. It's happening and it didn't happen before. If you would have spoken to me a year ago, I wouldn't have guessed that. We will speak here today in Dubai about all of these things that are happening, said Israeli Ambassador Etan Naeh, who is based in Abu Dhabi. Naeh spoke to the Associated Press on the sidelines of the summit, which was billed as the first face-to-face investment conference in the UAE between Israelis and Emiratis since the US-brokered diplomatic pact was signed in September. The Director General of the Abu Dhabi Investment Office, Tariq bin Hendi, told the audience his country has helped Israeli companies set up in the UAE. The office is responsible for attracting foreign investment into Abu Dhabi and diversifying the private sector. We want the people of Israel, the people of the world to come and join us, help us on that journey, work with us, learn from us, allow us to learn from you, and ultimately build a strong relationship, he said. There were no high-level speakers from Israel at the event, though that may be a result of Israel's political uncertainty. The list of speakers had also changed quite significantly to exclude several of the original speakers listed on the agenda before the recent vote.